すべてのドラゴン族はこの壺に封印されます。
Welcome to a new episode of the Dragon Capture Jar, where I take a random dragon card and just talk about it off the cuff. So anyway, here is the lovely jar, and let's see what's caught this week. And this week we have the Dragon Spirit of White, a very, very iconic card right now. Very, very useful. It's a Kaiba card. Well, I mean, we've never exactly seen him play it, but I still call it a Kaiba card considering the ideal deck this was made for. And plus, you can get it from the Kaiba collection boxes. But anyway, why is this card so iconic? Well, in the traditional Blue Eyes deck, this guy is very important. You don't use three of them. There's often a debate which is best, one in a deck or two in a deck. People tend to go back and forth all the time between one or two. There doesn't seem to be a perfect answer as to how many you would have. But I mean, I can see one just working out considering how easy he is to recycle, especially with Silver's Cry. And the best part is he becomes a normal monster when he goes to the grave. So there are other reborn cards you can use. Even Birthright, that requires you to special summon a normal monster from the grave. The best effect, however, is his ability to banish a back row card. And that's where the recycling comes in. If you send him to the grave, keep reborning him over and over and over, and bam, you can get rid of your opponent's entire back row, which is insane. And of course, if your opponent already has a monster on the field, well, you can tag him out. You can send him to the grave and bring out a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. And this is especially useful if they have more than one monster on the field, because within the battle phase, you can attack with him, swap out for Blue Eyes, and attack again. So very, very nice. Although these days with Blue Eyes decks, people don't really use them for that reason anymore. It's mostly for the back row banishment. However, in Duel Links, he is far more broken in Duel Links because you only have a minimum of 20 cards to work with, which is what makes this card far more consistent in that format. So with speed duels taking off, when this card comes out, I highly predict him to be a money card. Very, very big money card. If they do release him, I'm certain they will, providing the game takes off. I really like how he looks. Like, he kind of looks like a Blue Eyes White Dragon, but he looks like he went on a diet, in all honesty. Like, he needs to put some weight on. he hasn't been looking too hot lately, but no, he does look cool, just like a smaller version of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. He's involved in a lot of other artwork. If you look at the Silver's Cry, you can tell it is this guy, although I love the artwork on Silver's Cry far more than I do in this card. But overall, as a staple in Dragon decks, I think he still is. Like, if you're he's an absolute staple in the traditional blue, like the pure Blue Eyes deck, which, you know, I'm beginning to play again. And now that Dark Matter is banned, you know, the meta aspect has kind of been taken away from it. So I have no issues with playing the traditional Blue Eyes. You know, it's a very good casual level deck. But in other Dragon decks, well, not so much. I mean, if you can find an easy way to just chuck them from your deck to the graveyard, so sure, you can use that with Foolish Burial and just keep recycling it with numerous reborn cards. But, you know, the way the game is today, there are far, far better ways to get rid of your opponent's back row, and with easier methods too. So yes, definitely stick to the Blue Eyes deck with him. Not saying he can't be used with any other Dragon deck or any deck in general. I mean, he's fine, you know, it's always good to experiment. But yeah, I mean, it's obvious. He is meant for the Blue Eyes deck, so yeah, go have at it. But I would like your opinion though, because it is quite divided. Like, many Blue Eyes players seem to say, oh, you should only use one. No, you should only use two. It keeps going back and forth, so What do you think? Like, are you a Blue Eyes player? Like, do you think you should only have one in your deck? Or should you have two? Or to hell with it, have three? You know, I've never played with three or seen anyone play with three, but hey, you know, I'm all about the creativity. So yeah, let me know in the comments. 1, 2, or 3. Anyway, this is your Dragon Lady, always saying, be a good sport, play the game, not the fame. See ya! Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe and click on the little bell for notifications. You can also check me out on Facebook. Link is in the description below. Happy dueling!